Way out in Berlin in Germany covering those elections for us. Sophie, a very good morning to you. Do tell us, how are the people in Germany gearing up for their polls tomorrow?
Good morning, Alicia. What I can say is currently it's quiet in Berlin, but what one is experiencing is a huge number of athletes who are here to participate in the Berlin Marathon that starts tomorrow. But generally, in terms of the elections, yesterday we attended the rally of one of the leaders of the party, Martin Schulz, who is also a foreign affairs minister here in Germany, a member of the coalition government, where he encouraged Germans to turn out in large numbers to vote, because there is a concern that the party called AfD, which is a right-wing party, is gaining momentum and is getting a lot of support. Mm-hmm. This is due to the fact that there are people who are disgruntled here in Germany, particularly the working class, the poor and the middle class, people who live in countrysides. And you are aware that when Germany was united, the countryside in particular in the east, nothing has been done to change the lives of people who live in those areas, and the young people are disgruntled. But in the towns or in the areas, suburb, you find a situation where there is development. Therefore, those who live in countryside in the east are disgruntled. Poverty is rife. There are no roads, no infrastructure, there are no jobs. Young people can't find jobs, and they are moving to the cities. Therefore, that is where the right-wing party is expected to do very well. In terms of security, security is on high alert. You are aware that when you have events such as this, particularly in Europe, mm-hmm. The authorities there ensure that there is security. Secondly, you would recall that there are reports that in terms of the American elections, there was a hacking, and we asked questions to people here in Berlin, particularly those who are responsible for security and who are able to analyze what's likely to happen. They are saying there is nothing that they are able to pick up, but they are on high alert as well to ensure that all goes well. But indeed, Angela Merkel under pressure because of the challenges the country is facing, particularly in the east. Then Martin Schulz, who is the leader of the SPD, it is the party that is in coalition with Angela Merkel's party. He is also facing serious problems because when they joined the coalition party, there were lots of criticism leveled against the coalition government. And the fact that they are part of that coalition government, they also have to take a blame. For an example, the issue of the refugees. You are aware that since 2015, Angela Merkel has been battling to try and convince the Germans that allowing refugees in the country is not something wrong. But the Germans feel threatened in terms of security, in terms of losing their jobs. And the right-wing parties have taken that struggle, pushing and bringing to bear the challenge faced by the Germans in terms of the issues of refugees. Now, the SPD, because it's part of the coalition government, they had to tread very carefully in terms of not really criticizing Angela Merkel with her policy on refugees. And therefore, people are saying they are the same. And they are trying now to undo that damage. And secondly, the danger of the coalition in any country, when you are part of the coalition, or you have supported or voted for the coalition, when they get credit is not given to all members of the coalition. Only the majority party in the coalition gets credit. And therefore, whatever Angela Merkel has done, like for an example, being a voice of reason in Europe, changes that she has brought in certain parts of Germany, the party that takes credit, it's her party, not the coalition partners. And what one professor told us at university here, it's called a free university, is that is the main danger of any coalition. You get swallowed and where the government has done well, the other members of coalition don't get credit, and it affects the performance of the party come the next election.
So if you talk to us about if there's any security and safety concerns as, of course, the Germans head to elections tomorrow. And, of course, talk to us about the observer missions. I mean, with the recent Kenyan elections, I know that they are the people that are now being put a lot of pressure upon to make sure that the elections are indeed free and fair.
Yes, in any country, when you have elections, the security cluster is always on high alert. Your intelligence services, your police, and your metro police to ensure that everything runs smooth. It's the same here in Germany. The security is on high alert, and like I indicated, the police are on standby. Even at the rallies, you see lots and lots of police to ensure that the safety and security. On issues of elections, if I couldn't get your question properly, comparing it with Kenya, I think the people who are supposed to conduct elections here are up to the task, and I don't anticipate any big issue in terms of one party rejecting the outcome of the elections. And we expect that the first results will start trickling in tomorrow around 9 o'clock on Sunday. And I can't see any problem in terms of the results. But, of course, the issue is to ensure that people go out in numbers, and Angela Merkel persuading the Germans to go out in numbers to push back, particularly the right-wing phenomena.
Thank you so much for that update. We'll definitely touch base with our foreign editor there, Sophie Mogwena. She's all the way out in Berlin in Germany for those polls.